This is the Lancer Locker Show on KYNT. Now, let's talk some Mount Marty University athletics with the coaches, as well as your host and the voice of Mount Marty University athletics, Tel Tanner.
Hey, we're back. The Lancer Locker returns to KYNT after a holiday break. I hope you all had a good holidays. I know I did. Welcoming in 2025 in the right way. This is the Lancer Locker on KYNT, where we talk everything Mount Marty University athletics. And at this time of year, obviously, we're really focusing on basketball here for today's show. We're going to take a look back at the last couple of games for these basketball teams, especially this Saturday's games. We've got player interviews coming up with 3 different Mount Marty Lancer basketball players with a feature profile on Thalen Schroeder. That's going to finish up our show today. We also have post-game comments after the 2 wins against Waldorf on Saturday from a women's basketball player in Alexus Motley, as well as the head coach of the women's program in Allan Bertram. And then on the men's side, post-game comments from Jake Jensen and the head coach in Collin, Authier. All that coming up on the Lancer Locker today. 3 players and 2 coaches we're hearing from all of them. So let's talk about the last couple weeks for Mount Marty University basketball and what we've kind of seen. Since that holiday break, since we've had to take a break for this show, the Lancer men had a couple of losses. They lost to Valley City State to go into that holiday break, and then right out of holiday break on Thursday, falling at Briar Cliff 83-75 in a very close one. Mount Marty really needed to get a win against Waldorf on Saturday, and that is exactly what they did. They got it 74-70, and the dagger was hit by Jake Jensen. Jake Jensen, that junior out of Vermilion, ended up with one of the biggest plays we've seen all season as he drills a 3-pointer with about a minute and a half to go to send the Lancers up by quite a few, and it was a 4-point play. He got fouled as he shot that one, went to the free throw line in pain after having somebody hit him, obviously, as he did that one, and was able to hit the 4-point play, ice the dagger, ice the game, and Lancers win 74-70 over Waldorf. On the women's side of things, it was a little easier for them. They won by more than 40 points in this ball game. Mount Marty beat Waldorf 93-51 in one of the best games Lancer women's basketball team has played all season long. It was Alexus Motley leading in scoring, 22 points, 8 rebounds, 2 blocks, 3 steals, 2 assists. Sydney Thuy did usual Sydney Thuy things, got a double-double, 15 points, 10 rebounds. It was really special to watch. Cena Bang had a very efficient game as well, 5 of 7 shooting, 15 points. Kayla Martinez also in double figures with 10 points. It was a great game all around from this program, and we're going to talk about it coming up. This is the Lancer Locker on KYNT. We're going to take a quick break now as we start this show. Thank a few of our sponsors. You'll hear from a few of them to keep the show rolling, and then we're going to come back and we're going to start with women's basketball. We'll hear post-game comments from the head coach of the Lancers in Allan Bertram and Alexus Motley, the player of the game. Back in a couple of minutes. You are listening to the Lancer Locker on KYNT.
I need to rent a vehicle. Does anyone in Yankton do that?
We do. At Lewis & Clark Auto Outlet, we have a variety of vehicles to rent. Cars as low as $39 per day, crossovers as low as $49 per day, pickups as low as $69 per day. And if you have a crew to haul, we even have a 12-passenger van for only $129 per day. And each rental comes with 100 free miles every day.
Thanks for letting me know.
No problem. Rent vehicles at Lewis & Clark Auto Outlet, 5th and Broadway, Yankton.
James and I are having a beef.
About which Runza burger is best.
It's the savory Swiss mushroom. Hands down.
No, it's the double cheeseburger. 2 burgers, better than 1, 'cause math.
The spicy Jack burger is also good.
True. Wait, why are we fighting?
I forget. Come get your favorite Runza burger today, because Runza makes it all better.
Want the best fast food burger around? Try Runza on Broadway by Menards in Yankton.
Sherco's electric accessories, more than just convenience, they're safety. Step back away from the moving parts and out of the dust. Operate your electric accessories with the push of a button. Everything from our 4500 series HD tarp to our ProTrap and AutoTrap hopper door openers to the DryMax auger mover provide a safer working environment when teamed with the SureLink wireless system. To learn more, give us a call at 1-800-474-8756 or find us at Sherco.com. Demand the best. Demand Sherco.
Buying a home in this market can be frustrating. Having an experienced real estate agent is more important than ever. This is Deb Speck with Vision Real Estate, and I've been helping first-time home buyers, those needing a little more space, folks wanting to downsize, and investors for almost 20 years. For personalized service you can trust, call 605-664-5555 and we'll find your next home.
All right, back here on the Lancer Locker, I'm Tel Tanner here for KYNT. Let's talk now with Mount Marty women's basketball. They beat Waldorf once again on Saturday by 42 points, which was an incredible win for that program to get their first conference win of the season. It was 93-51 was your final score. Lancers winning in high-flying fashion. Sydney Thuy, a double-double once again. She ended up with 15 points, 10 rebounds, 3 blocks, 3 assists. With a steal in there. Cena Bang at 15 points on 5 of 7 shooting. Kayla Martinez adds 10. Emma Jarofsky had 7, 5 assists as well. 9 points off the bench from Leah Williams. It was just a great game all around for the Lancers, but it was truly special what Alexus Motley was able to do. 9 of 11 shooting, only missed 2 shots in the game. 22 points, 8 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 blocks, 3 steals as well. Clearly was the player of the game, led the Lancers in scoring, and set a new career high. So we spoke with her post-game as well as the head coach of the Lancers about her. So that's coming up now. Let's go straight to those post-game comments from the head coach of the Lancers, Allan Bertram, and Alexus Motley coming up now.
Let's go ahead and go straight to this interview with the head coach now. Coach, what a game here. It's a good way to get that first win. Tell me straight up, what'd you say to Alexus Motley before this game?
You know, it's funny. Alexus came down to the office yesterday and her and I had a long talk. She was struggling a little bit with just trying to find her confidence and what she needed to do to help this team win. And, you know, we really just talked about how special of a young lady that she is and that she had every God-given ability to go out and be great. And we just wanted her to go out there and do her best every time. And tonight, Alexus Motley played like an all-conference type player tonight.
And a career high as well in 22 points, 18 in the first half. Yeah. That was special. Really gave you a spark right out of the gate, too.
Well, she was super aggressive, and that was the key. She was aggressive to the basket. She didn't play soft. Everything she did was going to the rim. And when Alexus goes to the, when she gets to the rim, she's special. There's very few players in our conference that can do what she can do when she goes that hard.
Coach, when it comes to some of the support players today, Cena Bang, Sydney Thuy, Kayla Martinez also with double figures in points. Those 3 were shooting very efficiently.
Well, and for Cena, what a great breakout game for her. To have 15 points on 7 shots is awesome. Sydney, same way. Anytime you can have double your points compared to shot attempts, you've played a great game. And so for those 2 to give us 30 points on 14 attempts is you're not going to get much better, to be honest with you.
Let's talk rebounding. 39 rebounds for y'all, 24 for Waldorf. You were really cleaning glass well today.
And that's one thing we really emphasized before the game. We talked about the importance of us controlling the rebounds and not only controlling the glass, but also limiting turnovers. And, we had a few just silly ones, but for the most part, we did a good job of taking care of the basketball. The press really didn't affect us that much today. And anytime that you can do that, you're going to, when you look at the overall shot attempts, we had 59 shot attempts, they're 53. So you want to be able to shoot the basketball more than your opponent, and really the only 2 ways you can do that is by limiting your turnovers and by rebounding the basketball.
Defensively, you were deflecting a lot of passes, which led to a lot of turnovers. You really locked down the perimeter, and as soon as they tried to go inside, that's where trouble came up. Was that the plan?
It was, and we talked about it in pregame. We really wanted to take Ruzick out of this basketball game. She had coming off 28 against Midland, and I can't say enough about what Emma Jarofsky did tonight. For her to only have 3 shot attempts the entire basketball game, so she went from 28 on Thursday to 2 points tonight. That's 100% on Emma.
Let's talk about the upcoming schedule then, Coach. You got another game coming up on Wednesday in GPAC play versus the College of St. Mary. They don't play till tomorrow against Dakota Wesleyan, so I assume all eyes are going to be on that game.
Yeah, most definitely. And it's nice that we're back here at home. I think we play so much more comfortable back here at Simple, and we've played some great basketball games here this year against some really good teams. Northwestern, Dordt, we played really, really well against great teams, and so we're anxious to be home. And like we talked about before, we really wanted that stretch of Augie, USD, and Briar Cliff. We knew we were going to go into a gauntlet of 3 really good basketball teams, but we wanted those 3 games to prepare us. And I thought today we came out and we looked like we've been battle-tested and really did a good job.
Coach, this felt like one of those games where it all just came together. Every facet of the game plan seemed to really work. What does that do to momentum? Like, the students are coming back to campus like today and tomorrow, starting the second semester. Things are looking up right now going into January.
Well, it's just confidence, and when in college basketball, especially with our female athletes, it's a roller coaster with confidence. And so when we're able to perform like we did tonight, it shows them that when they do perform at that level, what they can be. And we most definitely saw that a week and a half ago against USD. We played tonight like we did against University of South Dakota. And so for me personally, to be able to see that happen in two of our last 4 games, it shows the growth of our girls and just how much better they've become.
Coach, congrats on that win tonight. Thank you very much for joining me. Let's go ahead and talk with our player of the game now.
You bet.
Let's talk now with Alexus Motley. Alexus, you're our player of the game, brought to you by Avera, by the way. Go ahead and visit vera.org today. That was an incredible performance. What did your coach say to you? He said that you spoke yesterday. You came into his office and you wanted to talk about this season. Whatever he said seemed to work. What did that conversation look like?
Yeah, I felt like I was in a rut for the past couple of games, and I want to get out of it and do everything I could to just help my team out and get a win, because I was tired of losing every game, and I want to do everything possible. In that talk with him, he just told me to do my game and play the way I know how to, and that's what I tried to do today.
It seemed to work very well. You actually nearly had that double-double, 8 rebounds to go with your 22 points. That's a career high as well for you. That's got to feel really good.
Yeah, it does. But the points don't really matter. It all just came to my team. As long as they were happy, I was happy, no matter how many points I scored.
You got a bunch of family here tonight. If they're not here, I'm sure they're watching. The Motley crew in attendance?
Yes, they're here.
That's got to be good. Well, I tell you what, thank you very much for coming and talking with me. Congrats on this win. Go celebrate this one with your teammates and your family.
Thank you.
There's a good couple of wins that day, that's for sure. There's no doubt about that. Lancer women get their first conference victory of the year, and they get the College of St. Mary this upcoming Wednesday, 6 p.m. in the Simple Arena as usual. It's only a single game this time. Mount Marty beat College of St. Mary a couple times last year. They usually play them very, very well, and that's coming up on Wednesday evening. My name is Tel Tanner on the Lancer Locker. Let's go ahead and take a break now. We're going to come back and flip the script over to men's basketball. Head coach of the Lancers in Collin Authier, post-game comments from Jake Jensen, and then a player interview, a feature this week on Thalen Schroeder. We'll come back in a couple of minutes and go to men's basketball. They also got that win over Waldorf. We'll talk about it up next.
If you want a job where your work matters, you belong at Avera. Here, we've invested in our workforce, because every Avera team member drives our health ministry forward, making a difference in lives and communities every day. We offer competitive pay, great health insurance, and even career opportunities. We're putting people first, including you. Search for local job openings and apply at avera.org/careers.
Small businesses are the backbone of our community. CoreTrust helps your business thrive with checking, online bill pay, small business loans, credit card processing, local approval and support for government grants and loans, investments to grow your hard-earned assets, and insurance to protect them. All from CoreTrust, the community bank that's right down the street and everywhere you want us to be. Visit CoreTrustBank.com today.
Member FDIC.
Carbless handcrafted premium cocktails are a ready-to-drink vodka and tequila-based cocktail with no carbs, no sugar, gluten-free, and only 100 calories. It's guaranteed to be bursting with flavor in every sip. The Carbless Mix Pack is sure to please any crowd with a compilation of all the best-selling ready-to-drink cocktails, including sweet, citrus, and a twist of tequila flavors like lemon lime, black raspberry, cranberry, and margarita. Grab some today. Carbless Cocktails. Less is more. Beef, pork, seafood, poultry, and more. All at the Meat Lodge in Yankton. Get top quality meats at great prices. They have specialty items like lamb, brisket, mahi-mahi, crab legs, and lobster. They even have non-meat options like Dimmick cheese, pickled items, seasonings, and sauces. For your convenience, you can call and order curbside pickup or order online at meatlodge.com. The Meat Lodge in Yankton, on the way to the lake on Highway 52.
Well, back here on the Lancer Locker, let's turn the page from women's basketball over to men's basketball. The women's team, once again, 93-51 win over Waldorf, a great win for the Lancers at home. They've got the College of St. Mary on Wednesday. Let's go to men's basketball now. They also got the win over Waldorf on Saturday. This game was closer, and man, was it fun. 74-70 was the final score of this one. The Lancers make their free throws down the stretch. They end up coming away with it. The final dagger hit by Jake Jensen. Jensen came in off the bench in this one, had 10 points in it, and the biggest shot of the game, a three-pointer with about a minute and a half to go, drained it, got fouled, hit the foul shot, a 4-point play to put the Lancers up by a few right in the final minutes. Waldorf was not able to recover after that. It ended up being a dagger from Jake Jensen and a game-winning shot. So we spoke with him post-game about it, and then the head coach of the Lancers in Collin Authier. Let's go straight to those comments post-game from the pair of them.
And we'll go now to our player of the game here, the man who hit that final dagger in Jake Jensen. Jake, walk me through the final minutes there. You hit that 4-point play at the end. You knew you hit a massive one. Walk into the free throw line. Take me through the free throw process. What's going through your head when you're shooting those?
Honestly, the only thing going through my head is that hit pain because I got landed on by that big guy. But, not too much. Just trying to go out, do what I do. I shoot free throws every day, shoot shots every day. So I stepped up the line and do what I do.
Now, you had to come off the bench today, and you came off, and you really provided a spark here, obviously, late in that game. What was that like as a change?
Yeah, it was a change. Just struggling a little bit offensively this year and trying to switch things up, see if it changed anything, and it seemed to work out today.
Sometimes you just need that wake-up call, and sometimes it ends up working out for you. When you talk about this future, you now have 2 road games. You go to Dort, to Concordia. That's 2 massive games in the GPAC and 2 of the toughest places to play. What's practice going to look like over the next week? Because you get the Wednesday off because it's the College of St. Mary week for the women's game. Yep. You get a full week to focus on Dort and Concordia. What are some of the things you want to work on?
Just doing what we do every day, just locked in. That Dort game, it's going to be a lot of running. So just making sure our legs are ready for that game, and so we can just go out and play our best.
Let's talk about some of your teammates here today. Tyler Sandoval really seems to be a presence for you guys defensively. We haven't got to see a whole lot of him today because of that unfortunate injury at the beginning of the season. Still working his way back, but what can you tell me about him as a teammate, new this year?
Oh, new teammate this year, but man, I love him. Great guy, great player. When he's on that floor, when he's healthy, I got all the confidence in the world. When the ball's in his hands, I just know good things are going to happen.
And another new guy who's turning into one of the best passers in the Great Plains Athletic Conference, Brandon Garcia had 8 assists tonight to go with 4 steals, 5 rebounds, and 13 points. Tell me about him.
Yes, sir. And I'm going to say one thing. He is the best passer. I'm not going to lie. He's a another great teammate, great player, great guy. It's just great to have him. He's scoring, put the ball in the basket, he can get us open, get us to our spots. It's just nice having a guy like that on the floor with us.
Jake, a dagger tonight, a 4-point play to finish this one. I know you've had a lot of wins in your career. Obviously, over in Vermilion, you've had a lot of wins here. This one's got to be special, though, a 4-point play to finish it.
Yeah, this is one of my first 4-point plays, but, just another shot, just another game.
Thank you very much for your time, man. Go enjoy this one with your teammates.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Now we go to our coach interview. Coach Authier, let's start it off with the game as a whole. This was one of those games where it seemed like a lot of mistakes mentally, a lot of travels, then a lot of fouls coming in. It almost seemed like both teams were a little out of sort right up until the end. What can you tell me about this game?
Yeah, I think that's fair to say. We had how many carries traveled? Yeah. I mean, it was, and that's part of it. It is. I thought we missed a lot of shots in the paint. I don't see this stuff really during the game. Tash was 6 for 18, and of those, I don't know, my math is awful. 12 misses. 8 of them right at that rim, and just wasn't dropping with them. I thought BG did a great job, Brandon, in the second half of really kind of taking over and hitting some of those mid-range shots, and obviously Jake really stepped up and did just a tremendous job.
Wanted to talk about him for a moment here. Jake came off the bench today, kind of put some fire into him, it looks like. Hit that 4-point play at the end. A couple of good hustle plays as well. Tell me about him and his performance.
Yeah, I was just trying to get him a spark. Just trying to get him going. It wasn't really anything that he did. We talked yesterday about it, and wanted to kind of try to change something up, just a little bit. And I told him, I mean, he's got to keep competing and producing. And I'm proud of him because that's not easy. It isn't, and he sacrificed. He really, really did. And for him to step up and hit that shot, I mean, that's stuff that Jake does. We see it every single day in practice, and just want to try to get that confidence going for him where he can unleash what he can do, because we all know it and see it. And I'm incredibly proud of him for stepping up, sacrificing for the betterment of the team. And moving forward, we'll see what happens from there. But just a great way for him to step up tonight. Some things don't. 3 rebounds. He had about 6 or 7 EGBs in the first half. Just great hustle plays and hands on balls. Things that don't show up on the stat sheet, and then the stuff that Jake can bring. And it was just awesome to have.
Coach, when it comes to Brandon Garcia, we just talked with Jake. He straight up said that he's the best passer in the GPAC. Ended up with 8 assists tonight to go with 4 steals and 5 rebounds defensively, 13 points. That's a good guy right there. Good transfer to bring in.
Yeah, Brandon's done a really good job, and he's come back from Christmas break, just kind of renewed sense of understanding of at the end of the day, right? It's you only have so much time left as a basketball player, as a senior, and I thought how he approached things and how he continues to approach things, and he thrives on assists and getting guys shots and being a table setter and then still being able to get downhill and look for that shot, and I mean, he's a great passer, phenomenal, but probably one of the best mid-range games as well in the GPAC. He really does when he gets into that 15 to 17 foot spot. I mean, I feel like every time it's going in, and just really, really pleased with his growth over these last probably 10 days since we came back here from Christmas break, and even before then. But really, really a sense of maturity here.
Coach, let's talk about the resilience of this team for a moment. There was one moment in this game that I think displayed the resilience better than I ever could with words, where you had a massive lead. You got 14 points, 12 going into the locker room. Then that starts to dwindle away a little bit at a time. Waldorf all of a sudden hits a big 3. They tie up the game at 55. They hit another big 3, go up 58 to 55. And then you go on a run. I think it was 14-7 in the final couple of minutes. Your guys gave up that lead. And then instead of panicking, instead of turning on each other, they rallied. They rallied around each other and played very well. I thought that was really good to see.
Yeah, no, it definitely was, and it's been a hard month. We talked about that, and that's why we're right there. I mean, depending upon, I don't know all the scores today, but you're sitting there and you get the win today. You're a game back from 4th. You're a game back from sitting there and hosting in the first round. I mean, we're right there. We are. Just our execution. During that run, we switched up our defenses a little bit. I thought our guys really bought into that 100%. And I thought kind of had some confusion on the other end in terms of what we were in. And unfortunately, there was one time where we were confused on what we were in. And that tends to happen sometimes in your mix. I've got to have good communication on that, and I take the hit on that. I gotta be better about communicating it. And but yeah, just I think our guys continue to put their head down and work, and we just got to stay that course and keep getting better like we have.
Let's talk about your next 2 opponents now when we take a look at this upcoming schedule, and they played tonight, so it's good for you. You can study them both here in this one. Concordia got the win over Dort, 99-72. Dort, you play a week from today on Saturday. Concordia that following Wednesday, so you get a full week to prepare for these 2 teams. Dort especially, that number 11 team in the nation, number 1 in the GPAC at the moment, actually just suffered their first GPAC loss tonight. But can you tell me about them, what this next week of practice is going to look like getting ready for those 2?
I literally just found out that we played Dort next week right after the game ended. So I mean, I know this, right? We played them here, going to their place. I don't know if they've started school yet or not by this week. Everyone's different with that. But it's a tough place to play. They play a great style. Obviously, Concordia was played really well. Looks like a 99-72 if I'm seeing that right.
Yeah.
And so. The things that always make me nervous sometimes with that is did they not shoot the ball well, because that next game sometimes it recalibrates them. Now they probably play on Wednesday too.
They do.
And I don't even know who they play against. And at the end of the day, we just focus on ourselves, because it's more about us and who we are than who anybody else and what somebody else does. And we just got to continue to have that focus and continue to keep growing and getting better.
Coach Authier, thank you very much for your time today. I was wondering what the crowd was going to be, since students are not yet on campus. They're coming back, some today, some tomorrow for classes on Monday. But there was a bunch of people here. That was nice to see.
Great crowd, Legends Weekend for the women's basketball team. They had a great, tremendous showing. We were going to have ours, and just we had a lot of conflicts on some stuff, so we're going to reschedule it and hopefully get that done here. We kind of our first task that we'll be doing on Monday is just finding a good date, because really want to get that team back and recognize them. There's one thing I got to close out, and it's everything single break. Our last game, I think we've talked about this, but I can't thank Andy Bernardo enough. It is hard when you're over break and at an institution where financially you can't sit there and cater in meals every single day like some other schools can. And Andy Bernardo, our athletic director, through the help of the Lancer Club, and so please give to the Lancer Club, because he supplied more food for our guys, not just ours, and for all of students throughout Christmas break. There's not a lot of people that do that. And I one thing that Andy makes sure is that nobody ever goes hungry here. And he just does such a good job of doing that. Very appreciative of him. Cindy, Jason, his department of taking the lead on it. I know we had other departments on campus that served meals throughout that break, but just incredibly grateful for the work that he does, and really helped our guys having 3 meals. In my first year, it was 1 meal a day. We were up to 3 meals a day, and that's rare. And we had a lot of corporate sponsors that helped out with that. I don't want to go into it because I don't want to miss somebody and get pegged for it, but I would say this: Andy Bernardo and Lancer Club, just a huge thank you. And if you are out there, please give to Lancer Club. That goes to so many teams and student athletes on this campus, and just very grateful for that.
Coach Authier, season sweep over Waldorf. Thanks for your time. Go enjoy this one with you guys.
Thank you.
That was the head coach of the Lancers, Collin Authier, postgame after defeating Waldorf. The Lancers are looking real good right at the moment. A great win over a quality basketball team there. Now both teams go to Dort this upcoming Saturday. That's the next game for the men's team, is Dort, about 3:45-ish on Saturday. The doubleheader starts at 2. It'll just be after the women's game. We'll have coverage on KYNT right here as per usual. That is the Lancer Locker here on Monday. Let's go ahead and take another break. We'll come back, keep it rolling with men's basketball in a feature interview featuring Thalen Schroeder of the Mount Marty men's basketball program. Thalen, one of their players that just is a really good guy to have on the team, comes from a very small town of literally 26 people. So we talked with him about that and what it was kind of like growing up in a place like that. And of course, why he chose Mount Marty. Coming back with that in a couple of minutes. You're listening to Lancer Athletics. It's the Lancer Locker on KYNT.
Hey, son, can you hand me that vice grip? As any farmer or rancher knows, having the right tools in the toolbox is important. That goes for your ag lending as well. If you're considering expansion, restructuring debt, or purchasing equipment, call Dakota Mac. We have a toolbox full of lending solutions to help you with your ag financing needs.
Hi, it's Jeff Wolfgram from Dakota Mac. Call us at 800-682-4578 to learn how Dakota Mac products can work for you.
At Triple Time Rudy's, not only do you get top-notch fuel to keep you on the move, but it's a destination for delicious local treats. You'll find quality South Dakota products like Dimmock cheese and premium meats from the Kaler and Renner lockers. It's your community's pit stop for more than just fuel. Triple Time Rudy's supports schools and events and provides fuel discounts to Yankton's largest employers. For all your daily fill-ups and convenience needs, stop by Triple Time Rudy's at 17th and Broadway.
At Parker of Yankton, we are powered by the hard work of our employees, the loyalty of our customers, and the support of our community. Together, we're engineering success like never before. Looking to start the new year with a career where you're valued and appreciated? Join the Parker team today. Visit parker.com to apply. From all of us at Parker of Yankton, thank you for making this year unforgettable.
Parker, engineering your success.
To a fresh start and boundless opportunities, here's to a new year of success and celebration from all of us at Parker of Yankton.
This is Jenny from Slumberland Furniture in Yankton. Looking for a refresh in your home? Want to change up your space? Take advantage of our free interior design service. We can help reimagine your room using new pieces that will work with what you currently have. At Slumberland, you'll find the best brand name furniture and quality mattresses with the best customer service possible. See us at 2401 Broadway in Yankton.
All right, back here on the Lancer Locker on a KYNT. We'll go down to our feature guest of the day in Thalen Schroeder, one of the Lancer basketball players for this men's program. Really enjoyed the talk I got to have with this guy. He's a guy who comes from an extremely small town, as I mentioned before, in just 26 people, which is kind of insane. He's out of Epiphany, South Dakota. He's a junior for him, and he's hoping to own his own business coming up. So let's go straight to it. We talked with him for a couple of minutes. I hope you enjoy it. I definitely enjoyed my talk with this guy. We'll get this, and we'll come back and wrap things up afterwards. This is the Lancer Locker and KYNT. Here's this talk with Thalen. Our player profile this week from Mount Marty University basketball, Thalen Schroeder, one of the juniors for the men's basketball program. Played sports at Freeman Academy, but a homeschool kid out of Epiphany, South Dakota. You have been a small town kid your entire life. We were kind of just talking about this before we got on. What is the population of Epiphany? 26?
Yeah,
that's
right.
Insane. So tell me about living in a small town like that. Like in some people say small town and it's a couple thousand. 26. Tell me about that. What do you have to do there?
There's not much to do there at all.
No, there's not. So what was it like growing up in a town like that?
Found stuff to do, honestly.
Yeah. So you just kind of, you're homeschool, obviously, so you spend a lot of time with your family. Can you tell me about your family? Who was kind of teaching you?
My mom taught us, but I've spent a lot of time with my siblings and family. Like, we were very close, and I wouldn't trade that time for the world.
How many siblings you got?
I have 4 siblings.
Tell me about them.
Yeah, I have 2 older brothers and an older sister and 1 younger brother.
Okay. How old's the younger brother?
He's a freshman at Dordt University right now.
Oh, there you go. Anybody else playing sports in the family?
He is running cross country and track at college right now. And
Nice.
I had my older sister and older brother graduate through Dordt, both runners.
So Dordt as well, and you didn't go there. What was the reason you chose Mount Marty?
I didn't want to be a runner.
There you go. You wanted to play basketball
I did.
instead. I get it.
That was my dream since I was little.
What was it about basketball that drew you?
Closeness to home. Coach sought me out instead of me having to bug coaches, so that meant something to me. And I don't know, just something different than what all my siblings did.
I gotcha. So the sport of basketball itself, obviously it's working out well for you playing college athletics. Can you tell me about this Lancer team and kind of where you guys are at and where you're hoping to be for your senior year before we get back to kind of your family?
Yeah, I'm really enjoying playing with all the guys, and I think we're at a crossroads, I'd say, where we can go up right now or we can just settle. And I think settling's bad, but I think we have what it takes to move up right now.
Let's talk about your future then. You're a junior and I believe a business major. Is that correct?
And accounting.
Okay, so tell me, double major. That's a busy schedule, man. Tell me about your day-to-day. How many classes you got?
Usually I take 6 classes a semester.
Okay.
So this next semester I'll probably have 2 to 3 a day.
Okay, and then you're going into your junior year or your senior year next year, and then you've kind of got to make decisions about your life at that point.
Yeah.
But I know you've already kind of got a plan. So tell me, post-college, what are some of the things that you're wanting to do?
Yeah, so post-college I'm looking to open up partnership with my brother, taking over my dad's construction business as of now is a tentative plan. And this semester will really tell me if I want to pursue accounting as a major career path. But other than that, I'll look to open other small businesses maybe in the future after getting this first one up and going.
Yeah, getting accounting under your belt in college as a major and then going to own a business, I bet that's going to help a little bit with that.
I'm hoping so.
Yeah, I would bet so. So when we talk about off the court, what are some of the things that these days you do for fun? Obviously, growing up in Epiphany, there wasn't much to do. A little different in Yankton. You've got a bunch of teammates you can hang out with. What are some of the things you're doing?
Yeah, hanging out, definitely. I like just hanging out and chilling and talking. I play video games. I like to read, so that's still one of my old hobbies. I like playing board games and like spending just quality like bonfire time because you have just meaningful conversations sometimes.
Let's talk about the reading and the video games. We'll start with the reading. What are some of your favorite books you've read, and maybe what have you read most recently?
My Bible I read probably every day. I read the entire Redwall series, and the Lord of the Rings books come to
Lord
mind.
of the Rings
yeah.
are good. I love Tolkien, obviously. That man is just a genius. I struggle to get through the books, though, just because he goes on for 12 pages to describe a doorknob, you know what I mean? But he's a genius. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah.
The movies, do you like those?
They're excellent.
Oh, they're
probably some of the best movies made.
Absolutely, I agree. Okay, let's talk a little bit about the video games then. What are some of the games you like to play? Your favorite ones?
Fortnite.
Okay.
I'm big on that. Right now we're on the Minecraft grind, I'd say.
Ooh,
so
I like
a little
that.
throwback. So
you say we? Is that like a team thing or some other friends?
Sibling thing, I'd say.
Sibling thing. That's awesome.
And then my biggest one is probably a PC game called Age of Empires. So
I think I've heard of that, but I've never played it. But that's awesome. Minecraft, that's got to be fun. So you got like a Minecraft world with your siblings that you kind of go on and build. What are some of the things that you guys have done together in that? Probably a lot.
Yeah, actually we started this new world at Christmas, so it's pretty new. But right now I'm pushing to go find that end dragon.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man. All right, that upcoming future, once again, you've still got a full senior year upcoming. You're going into your second semester as a junior. I think on Monday is when it actually starts, which is the time this full interview is going to air. So what can you tell me about this semester, some of your goals personally that you want to get done before your senior year?
I'd say establish whether I want to pursue accounting as a future career path is one major goal. Another would be to maintain a 4.0 through college, because I think that's attainable for me. And I'd say constant improvement on the basketball court, because I'm here to play basketball and I want to give it my best.
Absolutely, man. All right. Is there any maybe final message or anything that you'd like to send to your family or maybe the 26 people in your hometown?
Yeah, well, I hope they're listening, and I thank you all for listening. Go Lancers.
Go Lancers. Thalen, thank you very much for coming to talk with me today. I thoroughly enjoyed this, and good luck in your future. If you end up taking over that business as an accounting, maybe if you keep that in business major, I hope you do really well there. You got your head on straight.
Thank you.
A big thank you from Mount Marty University to one of Yankton's greatest employers and friend of the community, Aztec. They're very proud to support the Mount Marty Lancers. The vision at Aztec is to build industry-changing solutions that create life-changing opportunities. And you can build a career with the group that's built to connect from rock to road. Click careers at aztecindustries.com. Best wishes, Mount Marty, from your friends at Aztec.
New year, new you. It's time to kick off those resolutions with Michelob Ultra. Why sacrifice taste when you can have it all? Michelob Ultra is here to help you stay on track while still enjoying life to the fullest. With its crisp light taste and low calories, Michelob Ultra is the perfect companion for your active lifestyle. So raise a glass of Michelob Ultra and toast to a year filled with balance, health, and unforgettable moments. Cheers to a new year, new goals, and the perfect beer to help you achieve them. The Dakota Theater in Yankton is always in need of volunteers. There's something for everyone, such as being involved with shows on or off stage, selling concessions, greeting, ushering, cleaning before and after, cleaning the bathrooms, organizing, helping with the lights, the sound, the costumes, decorating, and more. The Dakota Theater in Yankton is so grateful for every volunteer. Theaters for everyone. For more information, go to dakotatheater.org or call 665-4711.
At Pizza Ranch, your favorite pizza is just a request away. This is Mike with Yankton Pizza Ranch, and every day you can enjoy the buffet your way. Step 1, ask for your favorite pizza at the counter, and we'll bake it fresh just for you. Step 2, get the first slice hot out of the oven. Step 3, rejoice and repeat. It's everyone's favorite buffet, Monday through Friday, 11 to 1:30 and 5 to 8, Saturday and Sunday, 11 to 8.
Whoa, that's good.
All right, back here on the Lancer Locker for the final time. We heard from 3 different athletes and 2 different coaches from Mount Marty Lancer basketball today. We heard from players post-game of Alexus Motley and Jake Jensen, and then our feature profile from Thalen Schroeder, as well as coach interviews from Allan Bertram, Collin Authier. That's a good look at the Mount Marty Lancer basketball teams and kind of where they stand after the holiday break. And I'm really looking forward to Wednesday's game. Wednesday game versus the College of St. Mary at 6 o'clock on Wednesday. That will be a fun one. It's a women's only game. The College of St. Mary, obviously women's only college, so the men's team gets a couple days off. They don't play again until Saturday when they go to Dort, but Wednesday we've got coverage of the College of St. Mary Mount Marty Lancers single basketball game. My name is Tel Tanner. That'll do it for the Lancer Locker. I hope you've enjoyed this show. Hope you've enjoyed a look into Lancer basketball. We've got baseball coming up in a little bit. Baseball and softball both ready to start their seasons. Signing day is coming up for football, and we got to talk with the volleyball coaches as well. We're going to talk with everybody coming up this spring, as many coaches as we can simply get in this booth, and athletes as well. That'll do it for the show today, however. I hope you've enjoyed this. We'll be back here every Monday from this point on until the end of the school year. My name is Tel Tanner, and this has been the Lancer Locker. We'll see you next week. Have a great night. Stay